Greetings, beautiful viewers. This is Smitten, and welcome to episode 16 of Bronze League Bravehearts. Today we're taking a look at Ramgoli. He is in Bronze 3, and today he's playing Support Ares. And when I was asking him what he would like help with specifically, he told me, and I quote, "I need to level up my sensation about when to engage and when to retreat." So he's wanting to know, as a support, what he needs to do for engaging and disengaging from team fights. And it's one of the mechanics in this game that once you get a grasp of it, it's going to help you out so much. Once you figure out that timing, you get that sixth sense for team fights and stuff like that, you're going to see your games get a lot more fun because you're going to die a lot less often and things are a lot less confusing. So it's a big deal, and it develops over time from playing Smite, obviously. You gotta play Smite to kind of get it. There's no exact formula for when you should rotate or when... there is for disengaging. For disengaging, it's a little bit easier because, like, at some point, the baseline, you should disengage if your team is dying and you guys can't secure anything out of it, or the enemy team will get something out of it. Like that's really easy to say. You should disengage during those times, but it's a whole nother beast when it comes to engaging. So there's several different variables that affect when you should and when you shouldn't, and we'll discuss them as we see them occurring within this game. If you guys are unaware, we are doing something right now called the Bronze League Braveheart Blitz, where I will be recording 100 episodes live here on stream in 30 days. It's a challenge to really kind of test my endurance and my commitment as a content creator. And of course, it's going to provide you guys with a bunch of content, so I'm looking forward to it. This is day 2, baby. Day 2. We in there. This will be the 5th episode total recorded during the Blitz. Very nice. I'm so proud of your ADC for taking some of the damage from the camps. I guess she realizes that you guys don't have a lot of super clear right here. Aw, she leveled up the wrong thing. Watcher's Gift. Okay. Alright. We can actually go ahead and talk about your main issue right now. So, what's happening in this dynamic right here, and should I engage or not? So this is the very first wave of the game. You guys just finished clearing the very first buff camps, and you have 3 archers for you, and they have 3 archers. And since Geb is over here warding, I'm not thinking that this is the best time to engage, especially since your Medusa is way back here. For the first wave, at least, you should look to just be clearing it. Since you're playing Ares, you have really, really low clear, so you're going to kind of rely on Medusa for doing most of the work, but you need to stay there, and you need to get experience, and you need to get farm, because at rank 3, you should have 2 points into your chains, and that's if you get the wave advantage. So if you have more minions than they do, then you can engage. But right here is not a very good idea. First of all, because you're so far back here, like you're taking damage from Shibalanki and the 3 remaining archers. And since you got Watcher's Gift over Mark of the Vanguard, you're taking like damage. You're taking the full brunt of the damage. Careful attracting minion aggro this early. I don't know why Geb is way up here. You guys can engage right here. This is an awkward situation, and this is very niche, and this probably won't happen very often, but if you do see this happen in your rank games, like, Geb hasn't been to the lane yet. Geb cleared these buffs, and then he went to ward, and for some reason, he went over here back towards this way, and then decided to come to the lane. So, if you don't see the support within a couple of seconds of the ADC, he's off doing something else, or he's lagging out, or he's screwing up somewhere. And if you guys have the wave push like you do right here, that's when you can engage on the Shibalanki. Where'd you go, Geb? What'd you do that for? Very nice. Now right there, see, it's 1 minute into the game. At this point, if there's only like 1 or 2 archers left, you can safely engage on the enemy. You're gonna pull the aggro from those 2 archers, but since they're like there's only 2 and they're really close to death, they're gonna get killed off pretty quickly. So the damage that you get from them is going to cease relatively shortly. So you could actually use your chains to engage on them right there. But considering they're underneath the tower, you'd have to be super close and risk taking tower shots, which is not good at 2 minutes into the game, especially when you're level 3 and you don't have any health items whatsoever, or physical protection to protect you from the tower shots. Is he gonna engage? He's trying to push you off because ADC's scared, and Geb's trying to get you out of the way so that they can regain some sort of control of the wave. Careful for that dot damage. Shield is down though, so that was a good time to go in. You at least got him to use shield. Now his shield's gonna be on cooldown for a long time, and as a support main, you should know that. So clear this wave. What I would do is I would clear this wave right here, and now I go in and hard on either the Xbalanque or the Geb. Either or is a great target. Preferably the Xbalanque, since he's deciding to stay at the wave. You can chain him right here. Okay. If you're gonna let them have the experience, pull back. If they pull back like that and you aren't going to engage in that time, just pull back to your minion wave so you don't take unnecessary damage. Or get engaged on unnecessarily. Because if you guys are pushed up that far, then the jungler can rotate over. If he's close by, the jungler will rotate over and help relieve some of the pressure. So you gotta be really careful of that. Alright, your ult's available. And they do not have ult. Looks like Janice used his for some reason. That's awkward. A little bit of a... I guess was going for the snipe. There's no way a Janice ult at rank 1 is going to be able to kill off a Xbalanque at half health. No matter if he gets the max damage or not. That Geb is rude. Geb appears to know what he's doing, other than just not being present for the first part of the game. Oh, careful, careful. He's got dash. Oh, nice. You wasted shield and beads there. Wait, not beads. He didn't have beads, but his CC immune dash. So if Medusa wanted to, and if you guys had a little bit more health and didn't take so much poke, you may have been able to re-engage on him with the Medusa ult. Medusa didn't follow up with her ult because she didn't see kill potential there because she knew... I'm assuming that she knew Geb's shield was up. Either that or she wasn't paying attention. I maybe don't want to say I'm giving too much credit because there's... I mean, hey, some people that are in bronze, like, they understand these things. But we gotta cover all the bases. Because this series is not only for people, not only trying to get people to play more Conquest and play ranked, but it's also meant as a little bit of like a meta guide, like a brief little, hey, this is what's currently happening at just the base level. And so people who haven't been playing for 8 months, or people who haven't been playing for, you know, since closed beta, this will help you guys out a little bit to just kind of explain how that's going. Traveler's shoes. He's going for the... He's like... I can understand this thinking. Traveler's shoes with Watchers. You're getting a bunch of extra gold. But... I'm not sure if this is necessarily the most efficient. It looks like you're just running around and warding a little bit. I'm just going to fast forward and see if you engage at any point. Is your ult available? Yes, your ult is available again. Xbalanque probably doesn't have beads. No. Geb still has his ult available. Xbalanque has his dash. So right here, okay. 6 minutes into this game, and you want to, I want to wait for you to quit using your flames. All right. 6 minutes into the game, you have your ultimate available, and you guys could, I mean, you want to engage, right? Every time you have your ult as Ares, you should try to use it on some lane to force out items, to force, I'm sorry, not items, but to force out actives and to force out ultimates, because that's what Ares ult does. You have two choices whenever you're getting ulted by an Ares. Either use your beads, or your CC immune ults, or get pulled in and just get wrecked by any kind of follow-up that Ares has. So, most of the time people are going to use their ults. Like every time, whenever I'm playing on her ADC and I'm in lane and the enemy Ares comes up and ults me, and if I don't have beads available, you bet your butt that I'm going to use my ult, because on her's ult, he's CC immune, of course. So that way it keeps me in a safe spot. So, knowing that, that's how you play against an Ares. Take that knowledge into how you should be playing him. So at this point, I'd really like to see you trying to be a little bit more aggressive on these two, trying to force out the CC immune dash. Since he doesn't have beads, that's the only way he's going to be able to get out, and or Geb's ult or shield. So those are the three abilities that you want to try to force out before you really go in for the kill. And that's a really big part of engaging, is knowing when. Like, if they have an ability to get out of your gank or your setup, then maybe not a great idea. Taking a lot of poke here. She's in trouble. Ult down for her. I would have waited there for sure. Got the Geb. And Medusa... Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that sucks. Oh, why is there a frickin' Mercury in this game? That was awkward too, and he was just like, anyways. What are you doing? Oh my god, he's still here! Punish him. Punish him. Try not to clear the wave at this point. Like, the reason why he's staying is because he needs stacks. So he's gonna, in knowing that, and since he just got it stacked, like his stacking item completed, what he's wanting to do desperately is stack up as quickly as possible, because your stacks, like, that's whenever you start scaling a lot harder as an ADC. So use that information and turn it against them. So you know that he's gonna be a little bit greedy, and he absolutely is for staying in lane after that, especially with that little health. Like Ares chunks. Ares is an aggressive kill lane pick. So you can really abuse that right here. So, instead of, I guess you came in just wanting to clear the wave, I guess you didn't see the Shibalanke. And it looks like you're going to zone him out a little bit. That's what I would be doing. If you had communication with your ADC, and at this point right here, you could zone out the Shibalanke from getting any more stacks. Because by choosing to push the wave right here, you're actually doing Shibalanke a favor, because what's his objective? He doesn't want to die, and he knows that if he comes forward in order to attack the wave, he's probably going to die, because you guys are, first of all, it's 2v1, and you both have abilities available, and he doesn't have anything. He's super dead. So, like, it's going to be a really bad decision for him to come up. So, force him to do something. Either force him to back, or force him to engage on you by zoning him out. So, the mini waves meet up. Have communication with your ADC, tell him not to attack the wave, and just let it die naturally, and both of you stand right here, move around, don't stand still, because then somebody can gank on you, and like your reaction times are awful. So just like move around a little bit, but don't let him come up here to try to get any of this gold or experience. And you're exceptionally safe right now, because there's no, I mean, the person who's nearest by is Mercury, and it's ults down. So you're relatively safe in the zone right here. Oh, you're dead. Okay. The second part of our friend Ramkoli's needing help with list is when to disengage, and that is the other flip of the coin. So really quick, we're just going to take a look at this current situation. Now, this was just a few moments ago whenever you guys had disengaged. At this point, how much gold do you have in your pocket? You have 600, you have 700 gold. Coming to the wave was a relatively decent option because you will see supports often just going to the wave whenever they've finished an engagement, and they'll stand next to it and let their ADC clear it and while they're backing. So that way they're maximizing the amount of time that they have to be in lane versus they're maximizing their time and gold, if that makes any sense. Because by the time that they've completed backing and they're in the base, typically the wave is clear and you got all the credit for that. So seeing this low Xbalanque here, he kind of baited you. He kind of baited you out. So what I would have done if I were you in the situation, instead of trying to engage on him or zone him out at the very least, I would have just like killed the wave or let it kill itself, and then I would have backed. Because as a support player, and especially as Ares, since you don't really have any peel unless your ultimate is up, you're in a really tough situation right here. Because you don't really have any tankiness yet. I mean, you have the 100 health from Watchers, but that's it. You need items, right? At this point, you have 750 gold you can back, and you can get tier 1 of Sov. Which is what I would suggest doing. See, oh, you even saw your Medusa back. If you're alone in this lane, doesn't matter who you are, do not, at 7 minutes, don't push up past the mid part. Especially if you, I mean, you have wards right there, but everybody was coming from different areas. So yeah, an unnecessary death, but it is, it's a mistake that a lot of people make, and it doesn't make you a bad person or a bad player. That just means that you're learning. And there's tier 1 of Sov. Or Mystical Mail. I like running Mystical Mail on Ares because just the additional tick damage on top of the dot damage that Chains does is just ridiculous. You'll often hear Ares referred to as Khan's low damage because for a long time in the God help or like the God tooltips, it said it has like a pros and cons list for all the different gods, and one of his cons was listed as low damage, and he does an insane amount of damage. If he had any sort of clear, he would actually make a fantastic jungler. That breaks my heart. I can't tell you how many Ares ults that I have whiffed in the 3 years of Smite that I have played. Okay. This is another disengage problem. Let's take a look at our minimap. So here you are. Your timing for rotations is correct. Usually around the 7 to 9 minute mark, I would say, you will start to see support players showing up in mid lane. So this decision is right. Stay for the wave. And then peeling off over here. But it looks like you see 2 enemies coming up when your ult's available. You know Poseidon doesn't have any beads. If you press tab, you can see like what the other team has, and you can base a lot of your decisions on whether or not to engage or to not engage just by pressing tab. If you're Ares and you don't see any beads on their team, it's pretty safe to say you can engage at that point. Who is this? Is that Mercury and Poseidon? Yeah. Mercury has a CC immune ult, but he doesn't have beads. And he's about to use it right here. Alright, I would say that you are out of position at this point. The wave is gone. You've taken a lot of damage. You don't have much mana left. Oh, wait. That's Janice. Janice is out of position. You're in good position. Aw, unfortunate. At this point, since your teammate is at half health, your concern as a support is getting him out. And anything that you can do to get him out is going to be the best decision. Now right here it looks like you got distracted by the Mercury just a little bit, and then you got distracted again by the Poseidon that was coming up. So by turning your focus, like you are Janice's bodyguard as the support player here in the situation. Since you turned around and looked at Poseidon, Poseidon kind of, you saw him back off a little bit, but that allowed Mercury to kind of come in and rotate on him. Not why sure why, that portal. The portal, man. So trolly. Alright, get out. I'm going to assume that you are a relatively new support player because this is a decision that you see a lot in people that aren't super familiar with the role. Sometimes it's really easy to get tunnel vision whenever you're support and you see somebody who like you could totally kill if your team was there. And in this situation, be more concerned about peeling out your teammate versus trying to kill Mercury. Alright. He's still in the lane for some reason. You need it back. Absolutely need it back. Risky. You have a tiny bit of health. And you're super dead, and there's 3 people on you now. And you don't have a teammate nearby whatsoever to help get you out of that situation. After you use your ult, you should probably just get out. If your teammate can get out, and Janice was over here whenever you used your ult over here. I'm sorry, Janice returned over here after your ult went down. I would have just come back to the tower and left. Because you guys, your ults are unavailable to you. Janice still has his, and I'm not quite sure why he's deciding to stay in lane, because Poseidon and Mercury, they're not going to kill your tower immediately. Like, you'll have enough time to back and then come and defend the tower from the minions. You have nothing to lose in this situation from backing. And I don't know why a Wheelish is coming in. A Wheelish, oh my god, you're gonna get everybody killed. He stayed to whiff his ult. Okay, you got Blink. A lot of times you'll see aggressive Blinks. I like the decision to come over here. Oh, unfortunate. Ares chains can be really difficult to deal with. And why Wheelish decided to stay, I'm really unsure. Why is Wukong there too? Like, just leave. You're gonna get ulted. Do you even have your ultimate? No, he doesn't have his ult. Why is he staying? Oh, they could have punished that so hard. I guess they didn't know if Ares had his ult. He does. He does have it available. Oh, snap. Ugh! Very nice. Poseidon doesn't have beads. Unfortunate. Something that's going to help you out a little bit, and this is an Ares specific tip. After you have used your ultimate and you pull somebody in and you successfully get somebody in, try to queue up your chains as quickly as possible and then just get them. Because what chains provides you a couple of different functions. Mainly it's the damage. The damage you can do if you land all 3 on them is insane. By the way, I don't know. I saw you get some chains on somebody, but I'm not sure how many levels you actually ended up getting off. We'll have to go back and look at some point, but you can actually use shackles or chains 3 times. So if you successfully landed on one person, you can decide to put all 3 chains on one person and really burst that person down. So if it's like a higher priority target, you want to use all of your chains on that one single target, or you can chain several people to kind of use the slow. Chain slows. And since it was you and Janice, you would have been able to keep Poseidon closer to you longer, and he would have died. I mean, he was just a couple ticks away. Ares is not one of those gods that you want to play if you have problems with lag. Or if you have problems with the servers being too wonky. Steel Mail. Looks like you're going into Mystical Mail. Maybe. It's still on the same branch. Slight thing, I would have gone to clear the wave right here, especially since Xbalanque is there kind of zoning out Medusa. So that's one wave that's gone. I think this is no, that's one wave. Alright, slow down, slow down. Oh, your Medusa took the brunt of that damage. Very nice. He's gonna use his dash. No, he's not! You're gonna kill him! Unfortunate. You got the kill, and you trade an ADC, for an ADC. You know, it's not the most ideal situation. Oh my god, that's so cute. I love watching support players trying to auto-attack each other, man. It's the most adorable thing in the world. It's just like, come on, you... Oh, but Poseidon's coming. You don't know because there's no wards over here. You have wards. I was about to say, I thought I saw you have wards earlier. Very nice. Just run. Just run. Just run. Knock up. Oh! Oh, that sucks so bad! Nothing you could have done about that situation other than,
Killing spree. Don't you even feel a little bit bad?
wards would have saved you right there. And always try to get out. You're Ares. You have, like, 0 peel for your team, which means you have absolutely 0 peel for yourself. If you're getting low on health and there's nobody around to help you on your team, you need to get out as quickly as possible. 14 minutes into the game, I would be putting that sentry on gold ASAP. I'd like to have wards on Gold Fury as early as 6 minutes. That's like the average time. There's a big engage over here on the left side. Poseidon ult has been used. Geb shields down. There you go. There's your chains. Unfortunate that Geb used his ult to interrupt that. Very nice. Alright. I like the decision to exchange targets here, but now you're kind of caught out, both you and Sun Wukong. They're not going to be able to get you. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Very nice. You could... do you have... No, you don't have any pots. You don't have room for pots because you got to place those wards. Very nice. That ended up being a 2-for-0 exchange. Wait, no, Medusa... did Medusa die or did she back? No, she backed. So that was a 2-for-0 exchange. Alright. 2-for-0 exchange, and it was their jungle and their mid. They had like 30 seconds left on their death timers, and you had Sun Wukong and Janice here. Now, granted, you and Medusa were both really low, but let's say in the perfect situation or in the perfect world, if that exact same team fight happened, but somehow you were able to like keep most of your health, that would have been a good time to go for Gold Fury. Why is Wukong still up there? I've been seeing a lot of this Transcendence Soul Eater. I really don't like Soul Eater. To just like personally as an ADC main, I don't really like it. Don't have wards up there. Very good. Oh, there's two chains. Oh, we got the 3 chains, baby. Oh, this has got to be a kill. This has got to be a kill. Oh, oh no, Medusa. Oh, Medusa, no. Aw, dude. Okay. Oh, that was on accident. No, 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 no. Don't go in there. Everybody's here. Once you've used your ultimate and you didn't secure the kill, and if anybody's outnumbered in a lane, so if this 2v1 situation, what would you do if you were an ADC and you were getting rotated on by several people? If you had 2 people in your lane and they both were intending to burst you down, and you know that because they're using their ults, what do? You call out to your team. And you're like, hey man, I need some help. Like, I'm gonna die if you guys don't get over here. So if that's what you would do in a situation, you can use that information and turn around and use it against them. So, since you guys didn't succeed in picking up that kill, I would have tried to get out immediately. I would have backed off onto my side of the map and been like, alright, alright. So you just gotta respect them for, you know, being able to get out alive. no matter how lucky it was, instead of trying to stay and fight, because the entire team will be coming to help their teammate. Very nice, very nice. Oh, you got the kill though, my man. Those chains, cons low damage, man. Meanwhile, what? The positioning is just wonky all over. Why is Geb walking over here? Geb, what are you doing? Hello? Really? You're going for the Janice? Oh my god, that Geb. Geb has mystical mail. Oh, you got turned around there a little bit. Oh my god. And another kill from my man. We are 3-3-1. That's carries. And that's exactly what you should be doing. Everybody's dead. This is a beautiful time to go for gold. Absolutely. Oh, I'm so happy. This is the correct time to do stuff after the stuff. Now, Shibalanke is waiting in the wings, and you know that you could go in on him. Yeah, there you go. Leash it and let somebody else tank it. Why is he going on to... Oh, no, you guys... Oh, I guess, yeah, everybody is spawning. I guess you didn't have the damage. Wheelish wasn't there, and Janice wasn't there. What does Wukong have for his build? He's got Stonagaya. So he's just doing a tiny bit of damage from that. At 17 minutes, the power spike that you get from getting power boots is well over. And now you're just doing mediocre damage. I do appreciate the attempt. If your team was there and you guys had more damage, that you guys would have gotten the Gold Fury there. Wukong also made the right decision of trying to zone out the Shibalanke, but that would have worked out if your whole team was there. But since it was just the three of you trying to do damage, I would like to see him doing that. Ooh, very nice. Kill coming up. Your positioning is kind of weird right here. You have your ult available. I guess you're trying to blink in. It's really hard to blink when you've got Mystical Mail too, so keep that in mind. Sometimes you just have to go in there and... Oh, very nice ult, pulling back towards the tower. Very nice. Chains, 1, 2 chains, 3 chains, and the fire. Your team's having a hard time though. There you go. But now your kid's down. Alright, just let him go. Everybody back off. Disengage here. Don't, you need to back. They're gonna go for gold, and I would back. Your ult's down. Very nice. It sucks that you had to back off, but if you try to engage these, I mean, there's 3 people on it right now, and they're doing damage. So, sometimes when you're a support player, you have to make decisions like that. Like, if you've just gotten out of a team fight, and you're really low health, you can make one of 2 decisions. You can either decide to back and be at full health, especially if you don't have your ult zone available or any way to kind of secure the gold. I think Ares probably is getting hurt the most from the hog change as a support player, because he doesn't have any secure other than trying to peel him off with his ultimate, and if his ult's down, it should be free. I only just now dawned upon that thought. So anyways, you can decide to back and kind of just forfeit it and be like, alright, well, next time we're going to get you. Next time that you guys try to go for gold, I'm going to make sure that I'm there and at full health. And you can make that exchange, or you can try to go in there and do something about it. So if they were low enough, if they were all under half and they didn't have a heal or a healer anyway, and they went for it, choosing to go in at that point would probably be a better decision. Your Ares, you're going to do a ton of damage. And they know that, so it's probably going to, at the very least, spook them off. But in this situation, with them being full health, or mostly full health with the hell, you made the correct decision of just backing off. The enemy team getting 1 Gold Fury is not the end of the world. Despite what people, like randos in your game, try to tell you, 1 Gold Fury isn't the end of the world, as long as you've been doing pretty decently in all other areas. You guys are 3k behind, a lot of that coming from the gold. But not a huge deal overall. So you're level 12 up against the level 13. So you're keeping up. Oh, so now you're level 13. You were just barely behind this gap. That gold might have pushed them forward just a little bit. Careful engaging here. There you go. Medusa, if she would come in and try to stun him, might help you. He's gonna try to ult here. Very nice. Very nice use of your ult. The timing is good. Oh, except everybody's rotating over. That's unfortunate. Sometimes it's really hard to pay attention to your minimap, especially if, like, you're going in to make an engage. Whenever I played support and I was going in to make the plays, like, my heart was pounding. The whole time my heart was pounding because it was just like, if I screw this up, like, it's gonna screw my team over so bad. So, like, nerves can lead to tunnel vision. So try to be aware of that if that situation is to occur, and just try to remember to look at your minimap. Whenever enemies pass over your wards... Oh, you don't have any down here. You have one right there. And you got that one right there, and I don't know why. But you didn't have one down here at purple. If your tier 1's still up, and you're trying to ward dual lane, ward right here. So you can see things like that happening. We have 2 teammates here. Oh, you're getting really low. Xbalanque's starting to chunk. Like I said, no matter what Xbalanque has been doing throughout the entire game, I mean, he's doing decent. He's 2, 3, and 7. He's just going to start hurting a lot. Oh, it looks like they have a DC. Oh, no. Is that a Janus Rage Quit? He's 3 and 5. No, wait, that's you. Janus is 1 and 5. That's probably a Rage Quit. It's unfortunate. If it's not, and you're watching this video, I apologize. You need to leave. Wait, going on to Ares. Very nice. Now you gotta worry about getting out. Did you get shell? Interesting choice.
Smells like someone's cooking up a killing spree.
To be fair, I think if you were keeping up or ahead, if your team was able to kind of keep up with theirs, I think this would be a much different game, because it seems to be that your late game team fights, Ramcoli, it seems to be like your mid-late game team fights, like your decisions around that time, I feel like you may be more comfortable making. You guys are pretty far behind at this point, 10K. I wonder, I don't think that Janus is going to come back either. They're doing fire. They're doing fire. They just completed fire. Alright, I'm going to make a prediction. They're going to storm down a lane, get a couple picks, and then take a Phoenix and win. That's how it should happen. Now they're trying, well, no, but gold. Being 10K ahead is not enough. Oh, okay, they're not going to do gold. But Hell's probably going to get a Phoenix. You guys need to group up. After 20 minutes, once the 20-minute mark hits, oh, why are we engaging? Okay. I think you kind of, yeah, I was about to say, I think you kind of baited your team there. If the enemy team has Fire Giant and you don't have any towers, you have one job, and that's to defend your Phoenixes. If you're going to be able to turn a fight around or a game around anywhere, it's going to be there. Unless you get lucky and one of those nerds gets caught out of position, and the only way you're going to know that is if you have wards. Your best bet at winning a game, at turning a game around, when they have Fire Giant and you don't have towers, is at your Phoenixes. If you defend those well enough, you can come back. I've done it several times in my own games. I've seen it happen several times in 3 years that I've been playing this game, not only in casuals, but I've seen it happen in the SPL. So, overall, I would say your early game decisions need to shift a little bit. You were playing the early game as if you had health items. So if you just kind of switch the time around a little bit, like the decisions you made were good, but not for that particular moment. So work on your early game aggression. You need to kind of think a little bit more about when you have the upper hand and when you don't, and when it's time to get out. Other than that, the only thing I want to suggest is Watcher's Gift. I've talked about it a couple times here, but I don't really like Watcher's Gifts on Ares. It's not awful, and you're not going to suffer a whole bunch, but there's just better options. It's not bad, but there's something better that you can do. I would like to see you go with, it's not Mark of the Vanguard. No, it is Mark of the Vanguard. Mark of the Vanguard on Ares is really, really good because it reduces all the damage that you take by 5. And at level 1 to like level 6, taking that edge of 5 damage off is actually going to help you out a bunch, because that active allows you to be more aggressive in the beginning because you're taking less damage overall. But other than that, your mid game was good, your late game is good. It's unfortunate that that your team was just not doing so great. It just seemed like your timings were also a little off. Try paying attention to what abilities that the enemy has that would result in you not getting the kill. Like the place where we stopped at earlier, whenever Geb had his ultimate and shield, and Shibalanke had his CC immune dash. So just little things like that as support you gotta kind of pay attention to. Your role's a little bit more complex than everybody else's, because it's not about doing damage or just you know, farming the wave. You gotta think a little bit more critically about the game, for sure. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this episode. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.